Chef Cochell, we got the cadmium colors. Protecting yourself from negative situations. One always likes to talk about negative things or try. There's things that should be addressed. I try to give you a very positive approach to learning about your abilities and the development of those abilities. However, because the world is full of both positive and negative energy, I've also included some of those things you should watch out for in this chapter. Psychic vampire. Psychic abilities are based in energy. We all have a life force, personal frequency, and spiritual energy. The higher these levels are, the more in tune you are with your intuitive nature and the universal energy. While we all have intuitive abilities, a psychic vampire is a person who uses their abilities to drain the energy of surrounding people, thereby increasing their own energy levels. We all have a tendency and ability to drain others' energy. You do not want to become a psychic vampire because your abilities in this way is negative and impedes your spiritual growth. While if we have all relied on someone else's energy during times of need, hardship, or despair, it's not the same thing as intentionally drawing energy from those around you on a regular basis so that you feel better. People who drain energy from the others usually aren't consciously aware of what they're doing. However, if you tell you're a psychic vampire, there are certain characteristics associated with people who tend to drain others' energy. They may be needy and require constant nurturing from everyone around them, feel like they always have low energy and need the approval of others, are never satisfied with what they have in life, and are always wanting more and more. They often feel alone as if no one cared about them. When you encounter people like this, they connect to you to drawing on your energy stores, and you walk away feeling as if you've been run over by a truck and couldn't sleep for a week, while they're bubbling over with energy. That's because they drew your energy from you while you were paying attention. A psychic vampire can give you an instant headache, make you feel like you can't think straight, or cause you to be irritable and feel bad all over. Sometimes these symptoms will disappear when you're no longer interacting with these people. Right now, protect yourself from psychic vampires. Protect yourself against psychic vampires. You can carry over quartz crystals. You should always protect yourself with white light. As you pay attention to those who draw your energy, make sure you specifically protect against them. You may be able to help them see what they were doing if they don't realize, and teach them to use their abilities for positive work. Often there's a self-esteem issue going on with a psychic vampire. Just make that sure if you're going to try to help them, your energy is well protected from their draining effects. You should also remove any negative connotations that psychic vampires attach to you. Look for them on your body and use creative visualization to cut them loose or pull them out of the energy field. Then put up a protective barrier of mirrors on your body with white light so that no one can reconnect your energy. Psychic attack, human nature being what it is, there are people who thrive on pessimism, who expect that only bad, undesirable things will happen to them, who always see the glass as half empty instead of half full. Because they view the world in this manner, if they brace their abilities, they tend to use them in a negative way, especially when they have feelings of anger, jealousy, or hate. You may at some point in your life even find yourself under physical attack from one of these individuals. A psychic attack is when a person consciously and deliberately sends a negative and destructive thought or psychic attunement to another person with the intention of harming that person on some level in some way. These thoughts and attachments are connected to the person's energy and frequency by entering the aura. A psychic attack is also considered to be when a negative entity from the lower spiritual realm attaches itself to someone through the same energy channel, causing disruption, out of character actions, and disturbing thought patterns in the life of the victim. We all have fears within us that haven't resolved by facing them. Mental influence, psychic manipulation. Some manipulate have the ability to use mental influence to manipulate objects or other people. While there is nothing wrong with using your ability in this manner, clear phone lines or open parking spaces, I have a big problem with it too, is to try to use this ability to influence and manipulate other people. When you're using this ability to help you get through to a company whose phone is always busy, or finding a parking space in the middle of the holiday season, you're not harming one in the process. But when you use this ability to manipulate someone so that you'll do what you want to them, you've crossed an ethical line. We all have free will and all have the intuitive ability. It's important to learn how to connect to people who are trying to bend your will to learn how to use their ability. If you find yourself suddenly thinking out of character and in a way that might help someone else, stop what you're doing and wait. cleanse your energy with white light with the intention of protection around you, reinforcing it around your mind. Do you feel a shift as if you release something from your energy? Do you no longer want to follow through on the help you were just about to give? If any of these things are true, then you have effectively stopped an intuitive manipulator from using their ability of mental influence on you. On the other hand, if you're using your mental influence to manipulate the energy of a person to help them clear their energy or feel their balance with their permission, this is different. Why? Because they have their permission and they know what you're doing. You both agree what would happen when the person sought out to help. In this instance, you are still being ethical and trying to help the person. If you have this ability, always use it for the good of others instead of trying to bend another person to your will and desires. Another form of physical manipulation that I want to mention here is your intuitive is trying to instill fear in you and try to get you to spend more money with them. They may tell you all sorts of wonderful work, but they can't prove it. They may hint at horrible things coming your way, but in order to find out, you have to prepare. You must spend $1 gazillion with them. The word poltergeist is often used to describe kinetic energy because there have been movies made around kinetic energy manifestations. And relating them to the Hanis, there can be confusion between the two. I personally do think that the poltergeist's activity is in any way related to a Hani. And so you'll notice the big abrupt noises, bangs, movements of inanimate objects, and audible voices. And like the only thing that happens around you. That person has moved from the room, all insists of the Hani to stop, bringing them back, and the ghost returns. What causes these kind of psychic energy activity? I believe it comes from people who have intuitive abilities, especially if they do not know they have them, or they are ignoring or denying their abilities. If you see this happening with individuals going through emotional turmoil, high levels of distress, and those who want to express their feelings, possibly there's others who intuitively and spiritually operate at a higher frequency and can affect the things around them unconsciously. Of course, these people can put up blocks around them so they're not blowing every light bulb or street light they come into contact with, but it could still happen due to an overflow of their positive energy. So what do you do if you're affecting the world around you in this manner? The first thing to do is take stock of your intuitive abilities and your frequency levels by focusing on where they are. If necessary, bring them back to the center around you. The next thing you do is address any emotional problems you're having, areas of high stress or frustration, and try to reduce the stress levels. Acknowledge how your energy is affecting your surroundings and make a concentrated effort to keep your energy balanced within yourself so it's not protecting outward. And lastly, understand that outbursts of psychic connected energy are usually random and temporary. They will pass. Help yourself by learning this phenomenon and understanding yourself. You can help them pass sooner or later. A grain of salt, don't believe everything you hear. Psychic readings should never be blindly followed. You should always follow your own heart and your own gut instincts. You should never pay exorbitant amounts of money to someone who makes great claims they can fix all your problems. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Be skeptical and look for a logical reason for what the psychic says. Are you reading their body language? Are they asking you leading questions? When getting an intuitive reading, there are certain responsibilities that both parties have. Are to make sure you're receiving a good reading and aren't being ripped off. If you're going in for a reading, there are several things you should do prior to handing over your hard-earned cash. Additionally, there are the things you should never do. Let's take a look at them. 1. Always read the initiative website from top to bottom. Ask questions about anything that is unclear. If they can't give you a clear answer without telling you what you need to do first, don't order from them. Make sure the intuitive is upright about their ethical practices. Conduct an internet search on the person and look for any negativity about their site or about them as an individual. If you find a lot of complaints, don't order from them. If you still find a couple, still consider the person as a potential intuitive to read you, because no intuitive is 100% accurate all the time. Ask for references. The initiative should be able to put you in contact with someone you've read before so you can talk with them one-on-one. If you're not sure, ask if they will give you a simple reading, or buy one question reading and see what kind of answer you get before ordering a more expensive reading. If the intuitive is truly trying to help others, they should have a problem with giving you a sample first. But don't just ask for a sample to get a first reading. That's not the way either intuitive works. ask the psychic what happens if they're wrong. Will they give you a refund? Even though there's a no refund policy, find out what the refund policy is before you order. Are there psychic rates responsible for you paying $1 for a 30-minute phone call reading or 100-word email reading?